What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, we're going to be previewing Stewart-Haas racing as we head into the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. In 2023, Stewart-Haas Racing is going to have some pretty big changes, driver changes, and some other changes coming into the organization in 2023. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first driver we're going to talk about from Stewart-Haas Racing is the driver of the 4-car, Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick's been driving a 4-car since 2014, will continue driving it in 2023 with Rodney Childers as a crew chief, who has been his crew chief since he was working with Kevin Harvick back in 2014. Now let's talk about 2022 for Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick had actually a pretty solid year when it comes to wins, but he didn't have the best year when it came to stats. He actually did get 2 victories near the end of the regular season, but was unfortunately eliminated in the round of 16 after a string of bad luck in the first round of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. But he did get 2 wins, which I think really helped out Kevin Harvick. Now, a big question around Kevin Harvick is his future past 2023, because Kevin Harvick has indicated multiple times that he's not sure if he wants to race past 2023 or race in 2024. Now, very recently, in the last couple weeks, Kevin Harvick has said he is still 50-50 on if he's going to race in 2024 or not. And if he does, he will make that decision before Daytona. So we're about 67, 68 days away from the Daytona 500. And we'll probably know by the time we get to Daytona, about a week or two before Daytona, we're probably going to know about Kevin Harvick's 2024 plans. If he's going to retire at the end of 2023 or will continue in 2024. Now let's talk about the goals for Kevin Harvick. What are the goals for Kevin Harvick heading into 2023? Well, it's simple. He's got 2 big goals in 2023. The first goal is to win races. I think if you're Kevin Harvick, you want to score at least 2 or 3 victories. I think Kevin is going to win 1 race in 2023, but he would probably like to win multiple races as it could potentially be his final season. And his other goal is to make it far in the playoffs. Harvick easily wants to make it far in the round of 16 and probably wants to make it to the round of 8 or maybe even to the championship 4. The last time Harvick raced in the championship 4, I believe, is back in 2019. So it's been 3 years since Kevin Harvick last raced in the championship 4. So that's the goal for him, and he probably also wants to win the championship as well. Kevin Harvick, though, will be looking to have a really strong year in 2023 and hopes to get a really good year and run up front in many races in 2023. The second driver we're talking about from Stewart-Haas Racing is the driver of the 14-car, Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe will likely have Johnny Klosmeyer as his crew chief. I believe the crew chiefs have not been confirmed for Stewart-Haas Racing at this time, but Johnny Klosmeyer is likely going to be the crew chief for Chase Briscoe in 2023. Now let's talk about 2022 for Chase Briscoe. Statistically, Chase Briscoe really didn't have the greatest year in the world. Granted, he did get a win at Phoenix early in the season, but he really did not have a lot of top 5s and a lot of top 10s. But Chase Briscoe did actually have a good year in one area, and that's in the playoffs. Chase Briscoe was so consistent and didn't really have a lot of problems near the end of the playoffs that he actually made it to the round of 8 and nearly made it to the championship 4 off of pure dumb luck. Chase Briscoe got a lot of good luck that really came his way and ran up front and battled back after the cars really struggled for the first half of races. He was really able to bounce back and finish races in a really much stronger position in 2022. Now, let's talk about the goals for Chase Briscoe heading into 2023. What are the goals? Well, he's got 2 goals heading into 2023. One is to win at least 1 or 2 races. If he can do that, he'll be in a really solid position, which I think Briscoe will win a race in 2023. I think Briscoe's had a lot of pace and speed. And I think the other goal is to make the playoffs. The field is going to be even more in-depth and more competitive than we saw in 2022. And in 2022, the field was extremely competitive. So Chase Briscoe is going to have to be even more competitive in 2023 than he was in 2022. And he'll be looking to be a little more consistent in his third full-time season third full-time season in the NASCAR Cup Series. If he can do that, I think he'll end up having a very, very strong season. So Briscoe hopes to have a really strong year in 2023 and would love to have a better year as well. We'll see what Chase Briscoe can do in 2023, but he hopes to improve, impress, and make it far into the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs in 2023 and even make the playoffs in 2023. The third driver we're talking about from Stewart-Haas Racing is the driver of the 10-car, Aric Almirola. Now, Eric Almirola initially was going to retire at the end of 2022, but at Daytona weekend about 3 or 4 months ago, he basically revealed that he'd be returning in 2023 to drive the number 10 car. Big reason being is because of Smithfield really having that major backing. And if Eric Almirola would have left the team completely and retired from the team, he would have basically lost that Smithfield money, and they would have all lost the funding for there. Plus, his family basically, which was a big reason he initially retired, they said he was okay to go and race. Now, going into 2023, he will likely still have Drew Blickensderfer. Drew Blickensderfer was crew chief in 2022, and albeit it was a little bit of a disappointing year for both Eric Almirola and Drew Blickensderfer in 2022. He didn't even make the playoffs in 2022 and was around the 20th to 22nd place driver through most of the season. Now, granted, outside of winning in 2021, he actually was better in 2022 than he was in 2021. It's just he did not win a race, but he'll be looking to improve on that heading into 2023. Now, the big question on Eric Almirola is his future past 2023, because people say that he has a multi-year deal with the team. From what I understand, he has a 1-year extension with the team, with that second year being an option year. So I think the big question for Eric Almirola going into 2023 is that will he be able to continue racing past 2023, and will he retire at the end of 2023, or is he going to take that second option year and continue racing in 2024? Stewart-Haas would probably like that because they're not going to have a lot of veteran presence likely at the end of 2023 if Eric Almirola does decide to retire along with Kevin Harvick. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, but Eric Almirola has also some pretty big goals as well heading into 2023. As the goal of Eric Almirola is to not only win, but make the playoffs as well. More precisely, make the playoffs. But I think if you're going to make the playoffs, you're going to have to win a race. And with how tough the field has been the last year or two, I think it's going to be really tough for Eric Almirola to make the playoffs without winning a race. So he's going to want to win a race and easily make the playoffs. It's going to be very tough to do that. And I know people think parity will be gone, but I still think parity is going to be very, very prevalent in 2023. We'll see what happens, but Eric Almirola hopes to improve in 2023. And the final driver to talk about from Stewart-Haas Racing is a new driver of the 41 car, Ryan Preece. Ryan Preece will be replacing Cole Custer in 2023 as Cole Custer moves down to the Xfinity Series to drive the number 00 car and be teammates with Riley Herbst in 2023. Now let's talk about Ryan Preece going into number 41 car. Ryan Preece in 2022 was not even full-time at all. He ran part-time in the Xfinity Series for teams like BJ McLeod Motorsports and a couple other teams. I think SS Greenlight Racing, he made a one-off start as well for that team. Had some pretty decent runs with both those organizations. He also ran for David Gillen Racing, which is now Tricon Garage. He ran 10 or 11 races with DJR Racing, and he finished no worse than 11th and won at National and picked up his second straight victory at National Super Speedway with DGR Racing, which is a big reason they got convinced him to basically get in the ride. It was really tough between both him and Cole Custer, who was going to get into the ride, but Tony Stewart really wanted Ryan Preece to get a shot and an opportunity to drive, and there's a lot of rumors that Kevin Harvick also played a role into that as well, and luckily for them, they made the right decision to put Ryan Preece in the car. Now, let's talk about Ryan Preece as well. What are the goals for Ryan Preece heading into the 2023 season? Well, I think the big goal for Ryan Preece is two things. One, win a race in the 41 car and also make the playoffs. But I think he has another big goal that he's going to have to do in 2023, and that is he is going to have to do better than what Cole Custer has done the last couple of years. Cole Custer struggled in the 3 years in Cup that he ran the 41 car. And the 41 car has not been a championship caliber entry since Kurt Busch drove it in 2018. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to see Ryan Preece be a championship caliber driver because I'm not expecting Ryan Preece to be a championship threat in his 41 car in 2023 because Stewart-Haas Racing itself hasn't been the fastest organization over the last couple years. But I really believe in Ryan Preece a lot, and I think he's going to do better than Cole Custer did in 2022. And I think he'll do a really good job in the number 41 car heading into the season. So I think he's in a really good position heading into next year, and I think it'll be a very fun year for Ryan Preece fans, including myself, who is a big Ryan Preece fan, who's been high on Ryan Preece, and I think he will do a better job than what Cole Custer has been capable of doing the last couple of years. So I'm excited to see what happens, and he'll drive the 41 car in 2023. Stewart-Haas Racing as a whole, they've got some really, really big ambitions heading into 2023. There's a lot of uncertainty about the future of the team. Obviously, like I mentioned with Kevin Harvick and Eric Almirola, they could retire at the end of 2023 as well. So there could be changes after 2023. But the goal for the team as a whole is for them to improve. Now, from 2021 to 2022, they did take some very small steps forward. They ran up a little bit farther up front than they did in 2021 because Stewart-Haas Racing in 2021, they really struggled. So in 2023, they're really going to want to improve from 2022. And I'm not sure if they're going to be able to do that. I think they'll do better altogether with the team because of Brian Priest coming in and taking over for Cole Custer. I think that will help the team as a whole. But the future is uncertain for Stewart-Haas Racing, as the goal is for them to try to win races and run up front more consistently as an organization heading into 2023, because they have went from an A team basically to a B team in about a year, and they want to become an A team. Hopefully they'll be able to accomplish that in the future, and they'll be looking to 100% improve heading into 2023 and get prepared for 2024 as well to become a top-tier team with the future of the team with Kevin Harvick likely retiring. The team will be looking to have a better future heading into the 2023 season. So, that is the end of today's NASCAR team preview video for Stewart-Haas Racing. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, notifications on to be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as for me on Patreon as well. Links goes in below for that, and comment below your thoughts on today's video. What are your expectations for Stewart-Haas Racing heading into the 2023 NASCAR season? Do you think that they will be very competitive in the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series as well? Or do you think that they are going to struggle and fall farther back than they did in 2022? Let me know in the comments below. Tomorrow, it's unsure what video will be on the channel. Either be a NASCAR news be on the channel, or maybe we'll have another silly season update. I know I did a silly season update like 2 weeks ago, or might be a 10 drivers video who could be in the SRX, who should be in the SRX, I should say, in 2023. That might come out on the channel on Friday. Then Saturday, we might end up doing the silly season update, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.